Hey there everyone, this is Michael Dougal with eXp Realty, and during this video I'm going to share with you our most recent market update. We have all the data that's collected from the MLS for September, so we can see what's transpired as far as new listings, sales, active listings, how is the average price change. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Be sure to subscribe if you do get value from the video, and of course give the video a like. I really appreciate it. And let's jump into this first chart over here, which breaks down on a month by month basis. We're looking back the past 12 months actually for the number of sales, active listings, MOI, that stands for months of inventory. Lower months of inventory means more advantageous for sellers. Higher months of inventory means more advantageous for buyers. We're looking at the average price so we can determine just how it's changed. And DOM, which of course stands for days on market. That's how long it takes for a property to sell once it's been listed. And the way we're going to start is just looking at the number of sales. And this is an important number because the number of sales tells us whether or not there's activity in the market. Are sellers comfortable listing their property? Are buyers comfortable going out there and pulling the trigger and putting an offer on a property? Or are they somewhat skeptical about it maybe being the right time? That's why the number of sales matters. And we can see in September, we actually hit a very low number, only 5,038 sales, which is down significantly. Look back September 2021, 9,010 sales. Then we saw this number increase, of course, in the springtime as there's typically more activity. Over in March, about 11,000 sales. And then we can see pretty much the past few months, it has been awfully slow. So why is this happening? Why are there less sales? It's a combination, of course, of buyers being a little bit fearful of the fact that there is a little bit of an unpredictable market we're experiencing. We've had an increase of interest rates. As a result of that happening, buyers have had to really give a lot of thought towards, should I just stop the idea of buying altogether? Or should we wait for prices to further decrease? Which could, of course, happen, but of course, nobody has a crystal ball, unfortunately. So that's the number of sales. Now we're going to take a look at the number of active listings. So this is like the number of listings that are active on the market. We have 13,354 active listings, very similar to August. July, we had a little bit more. So what we've actually found now is when the market was the hottest, you can say like these few months over here, December 2021 up to February 2022, the number of active listings was very, very low. And then take a look at our months of inventory. That's also a very low number, which tells us that that was the time it was like the ideal time to sell because there were less listings. And we, of course, know what happens when demand exceeds supply. In real estate, it's going to mean multiple offers, homes selling way above asking price, and listings selling for record-breaking prices when it comes to like price per square foot for condos or for freehold properties, like the highest sold price on the street. That's not really happening anymore. Sellers are listing their property hoping that they could get some sort of price like they could have gotten the first quarter of the year, but that's not happening. However, what's really interesting is that the listings which are coming on the market right now, a lot of these sellers may realize that perhaps 1 or 2 years down the road that they would get a higher price. However, these are motivated sellers. So it's very interesting in that we have motivated sellers, but then we have in a lot of cases buyers that are looking for deals, and sellers are staying strong on their price, saying I'm not going to give you a deal on this listing, and so they're staying strong. And as a result of that happening, we're seeing listings starting to come off the market. So sellers will list their property, have some sort of idea of what they want to get. However, if they're not getting that price after 60 days, maybe they're a little bit discouraged, so they're either delisting their property with the plans to maybe put it up in the spring, or maybe they're taking it off the market, maybe doing some updates and then planning to put it back on the market. So although the past couple months we've seen the number of active listings be around 13,000 listings, it's like a different supply of listings. Like sellers have come off the market, but that listing supply has been replenished with new listings. And now we'll take a look at the months of inventory. And quite honestly, it's a fairly high number compared to the months that we've seen over the past couple of years. It's at 2.69. And to give you some sort of perspective, we can see back in February, it was 0.77. December 2021, 0.54. And back in September, 1.02. And now we're looking at the average price. Here's what's interesting. It's been pretty stable over the past few months. We can see July, 1,070,000, August, 1,080,000, September, slightly higher, 1,090,000. However, the days on market has increased, which is the interesting thing because this is quite unusual. Typically, it's like when the average price increases, the days on market decreases because it means that homes are selling for more money and selling faster. Whereas now we have sellers listing their property, like I mentioned, being a bit patient. And that's what I'm letting all my clients know in this market is that even if we price your listing correctly, it may take about 30 to 45 days for us to realize the highest dollar value possible. Now let's take a look at how the average price has changed across various home styles, being detached, semi-detached home, townhouses, and condo apartments. We have our average detached sales selling for $1,369,000. That number was $1,526,000 12 months prior, so we've experienced a 10.2% decrease with the average sale price of detached homes specifically. And so it looks like larger homes, more expensive homes, they're hurting the most in this market. They've experienced the largest price drop, whereas we look at semi-detached, they've only decreased in value by 6.5%. Our average semi was selling in September 2021 for $1,115,000. However, in September 2021, $1,043,000. We're looking at townhouses, and September 2021 had our average townhouse selling at $909,000. That number is pretty similar right now. September 2022, our average townhouse sold for $902,000. That's only a 0.9% decrease. And looking at condo apartments, this is what's really neat. Condos have actually gone up. And in September 2022, they were selling for $731,000. And what's interesting is like what we have been exposed to in this market the past 5 years, it seemed that there very often was an inverse relationship with the condo market and the freehold market. Like as detached homes, semis, and townhouses went up, condos would be going down, and now it might be vice versa, although not to the same extent. And in this chart here, we're looking at the 5-year historical average price we're looking at the month of September to account for seasonal fluctuations, because September, we usually actually see a higher average price than we do, let's say, in June or July. 2018, just look how much that price was compared to now. It was only $797,000. In 2019, slightly higher, $842,000. We did see a significant jump, and this was very interesting because this gap here between 2019 to 2020, when we're looking at September, COVID just happened. So 2020, $961,000. In 2021, $1,135,000. That was a significant jump. And now, of course, we've seen our average price dip just a little bit, but we are still above the $1 million mark. I've sold hundreds of homes during my career. I've been licensed since 2013, and I grew up in a real estate family. And before, I could have never imagined our average price exceeding $1 million. So like the saying goes, don't wait to buy real estate, buy real estate and wait. It will go up long term. I personally do invest in property, and I think it's a very secure investment, especially compared to some of the other investment options you have out there with your hard-earned money, that savings. And if you did get value from this video, consider subscribing. Of course, drop a like. And if you're considering buying or selling, my customers are getting excellent service. The majority of my business is coming from repeat and referral, and I really appreciate that and your support. And if you are an ambitious real estate agent that's looking to grow your business and generate more leads and being with great people that are willing to share with you what they're doing in their business practices. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I will show you these things. Be sure to connect with me. Reach out to me. My contact information is in the description box below. Let's talk about your business and see if EXP and working with me can be a good fit to get you to the next level. I would love to have a conversation with you. You can conveniently book a time to speak with me over on Zoom. You'll see the link in the description box. I really appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.